Hello, this is Rahaj Speaks Asian, Volume 11. Today, we'll be talking about Shinobi, Hot Under Blade. Yeah, yo, you're horrible at dubbing. Jeez. Alright, Ninja here. So, as my associate here, Davy, said,
Shit, dude.
we were doing Shinobi Hard Under Blade. Last week I did a bad love/action story for you. This week we got a good one. This movie, really good. Like, it kind of had a Romeo and Juliet style kind of love. Like the two main characters,
For sure.
Oboro and Konosuke, were from different ninja clans. And historically speaking, this takes place after the feudal era in Japan. Tokugawa's already been named shogun and all that stuff's going on. Well, they kind of have like a Romeo and Juliet love interests going on, where he's from the Iga clan and she's from the what clan was it? The Izumi clan or something like that. I can't remember. So their love is forbidden, and you know how kids these days are. The more you forbid it, they're gonna do it.
Hey, you're a bad boy. Want to screw?
I don't swing that way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait.
I know under
Well,
under this veneer, I am very sexy, but I like boobs. Female boobs. Anyways, now like I said, the love in this movie was actually worked in a lot better. Like, the love was actually the central theme of this movie. Like, it started off right from the beginning. It didn't try and play it up like in any means. Like, it was the main point of the movie, but with all the other stuff happening in the movie, it actually kind of became like a subplot to the movie instead of like the main theme of the movie. Like, don't you think?
Yeah, they did it really well. They really kept it kind of sublime, and they focused more on the action than what they did.
Yeah, the action in this movie is so much better. Like, ninjas running around fighting each other. Like, just the powers that the ninjas have are fucking insane. Like, if you've ever seen Naruto, it's better than Naruto. Yeah, I know you like Naruto, but one guy, he's like insanely good at aiming. Like, think Bullseye, except for he's Japanese. Yeah, well, it's true.
I know it's true. It's just Bullseye looks like.
Yeah, Bullseye does look like a fish. This other chick, the main chick, Oboro, she has this technique called the piercing eyes, and what it does is it pretty much makes all the blood vessels in your body fucking explode.
And your bones.
Yeah. And Konosuke's power is, it looks like he slows down everything around him, but no, he speeds himself up. And you only see it a few times in the movie, but the times you do see it, it's like, the fuck just happened? And you see it, it's amazing.
Yeah, I like the visual effects that they do with the eyes. Like, his turn like bright red, and they get like really intense, and then hers turn like these crystal blue, and it's a really neat contrast to their personalities and their characters.
So, I mean, like I said, with the love working into the story, what it is the two clans are actually having to fight against each other as per ordered by Hattori Hanzo and Ieyasu Tokugawa. Well, Tokugawa Ieyasu, my bad. I forgot, names are mixed up. What it is the two clans have to fight each other, and then whoever shows up at Sunpo ends up deciding which one of Tokugawa's heirs becomes shogun. That's pretty much all of the storyline I can actually tell you without giving away what happens, who dies, who lives, how people die. I mean, if the rest of the storyline is pretty much evolved into that, and I can't go any farther than that. But as far as like the love and the action together, it was really, really like commingled together. Whereas in the last movie, the storyline just slowed so far down going from one to the other that I lost interest in this. It never, I mean, there were a couple dull spots, but it was where they were explaining things, and you're like, oh, that's why that's happening. You know, kind of like in most movies. Like every movie has that spot. Mm-hmm. But I think like mixing the two together, they did a really, really, really good job of keeping like the main theme of the movie as these two characters love each other, but then the action was, well, they have to fight each other. I mean, so it's not like it kept it really, really interesting. It was really fast paced once everything started. Like, it was just like shit hit the fan and it was just going from there. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say about it. I mean, without giving too much away, because you can't really go too much on the storyline of what we did.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, some of the powers were really cool, like the primary ninjas that you have, and I really liked the one guy with a mask. He's pretty neat.
There's this one guy. What he does is he's really fucking ugly, and this one of the ninjas dies. I'm not telling you who. And he ends up like rubbing his face like he's molesting him. Like you think he's gonna like stick his finger in his mouth and like give him a rusty fish hook or something.
Like tactical face palm.
Yeah. And then he just like goes, oh, and then he's got the face of that guy, which is really cool. You know, it's a fucked up double cross thing.
It's a really good spy technique. Yeah. And then
one of the other main chicks, which is not really a main chick, one of the other ninjas ends up having, she's a poison ninja. Pretty much whoever she sleeps with, kisses, whatever, they die because her body is poison.
Yeah.
So
it's a really good metaphor. It just became...
like I said, this movie it worked the two themes in it really well together. I think if you really like the theatrical like ninja style things, like if you like anime stuff, you'd probably like this just because of the theatrics of it. And I mean, as far as like the love goes, it's not really a chick flick like what the last one was. It is. I mean, there is the love in it, but it's not so much upplayed, even though it is central, like the theme of the movie. I can't say much more than that.
Yeah, they balanced it out very well. Things I didn't like about it, I didn't like the. There was a couple kills in there, but it's just kind of like, yeah. I think you liked it better.
I did.
I was kind of dissatisfied with that.
As far as a rating, I would easily be able to give this one a 4 rice bowls out of 5, just because I never lost interest in the movie. The action kept me really into it. The love story of it even kept me into it just because it was the main part of it, but it wasn't so boring that it made me lose interest. What about you?
I think I'm a bit of a nicer critic, and I would also give it a 4.
Oh, that's all we got this time. This is Davey helping me.
Yep.
He's very horrible at dubbing. I'm going to give him lessons, and see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Okay, so is the Dragon Dynasties, as you can see, better this time, and Shogun Assassins and the Gundam, but it's too long to do now. Too much. Got my Bruce Lee's. Too much to do now. Death Note I could, but I need the Fat Kyle here. I'm not really seeing anything that I really want to do for you people yet. But in the Christopher Walken's voice to introduce it, Kung Pao into the fist.